Hello everybody and welcome to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the second race of our 2025 NR2003 NASCAR Cup Series season. Fresh off the Daytona 500 where it was Kyle Larson picking up the win to put himself into the playoffs early. It is the Penske Fords leading us to the green flag, Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric the front row, followed up by Joey Logano as we are underway here in Atlanta. Who is going to win in our second consecutive Super Speedway race to start this season, and what will sure turn out to be a chaotic one, as most of our Atlanta races in the past have been. Here into turn one, Blaney with the early advantage moves up to the outside lane, sliding in front of his teammate Austin Cindric, leaving the bottom open for Joey Logano with Daniel Suarez behind him. Of course, won that amazing photo finish in real life last year, 3 wide across the line, shades of the movie Cars. And now it is Logano trying to get the lead. William Byron charging on the inside, nearly 3 wide. Cars are going all over the place. We're nearly 4 and 5 wide through turn one right now. It is absolutely intense racing to start this one here in Atlanta as we go into turn one for the first time. Still 3 wide. Byron backs out of it, and that leaves the lead to Suarez, and Logano in trouble on the outside while it was Suarez. Blaney spinning down the track. Bowman involved. They both save it, and now more trouble going into turn 3. There goes Larson in the pack. That's the big one. Justin Haley is in it. Noah Gregson's up and over. Corey LaJoie, Chase Briscoe also involved. It starts when Blaney got a bad push from his teammate, comes down into Suarez, sends Bowman spinning, and then it's a huge stack up. Guys run into each other, and then just Haley gets turned into Larson. There goes LaJoie, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Noah Gregson, Chase Briscoe, Michael McDowell involved. Zane Smith and Cole Custer get a piece of it, as well as there's one other car spun around in the back there. I couldn't quite see. It's a blue and white machine. But the big one strikes early on lap 2. Here in Atlanta, involving a ton of good contenders and some of the favorites to win this race today. Chris Buescher also collected the back end of it there. Noah Gragson flipped over, landed on Corey LaJoie. LaJoie now stuck on his lid, likely the end of the day for him early. A lot of cars are damaged. Now going back down the front, straight racing to the line. Ty Gibbs just got wrecked again, because Ty Dillon dumped John Hunter Nemechek, who spins the outside wall and comes right down into the path of Ty Gibbs, who slams into him, destroying Ty Gibbs' racing car, leaving him stuck right in the middle of the racetrack. And then he gets drilled again by his teammate Chase Briscoe and collects Kyle Larson, who was just involved in their previous wreck, trying to make it back to the line. Larson must have used all his luck last week when he won the Daytona 500, because now his car is completely destroyed here in Atlanta, and he's back to his typical super speedway luck. And then also in the same caution, Carson Hocevar runs into the slowed John Hunter Nemechek, and Hocevar takes himself out. Unbelievable. A chaotic start to this race here in Atlanta, with Austin Cindric leading Brad Keselowski. And we continue as we get back underway here on lap 7. Keselowski, Cindric the front row, followed by Byron, Reddick, and Stenhouse the top 5. You see the long list of guys out of the race: Zane Smith, LaJoie, Dillon, Briscoe, Gibbs, Gregson, Custer, Hocevar, Nemechek, and more. Already less than 30 cars left after lap 2, and there's another big trouble. Todd Gilliland spinning, and upside down goes the 99 of Daniel Suarez, up and over on his lid, does 1, maybe 2 barrel rolls, lands on all 4s. The car completely destroyed. He got clipped by Ty Dillon, who got turned by Riley Earps. Cody Ware gets collected. Bowman gets sent spinning to the inside lane. Chase Elliott goes around as well. More cars involved back in. Bubba Wallace gets a piece of it. Joey Logano. But Todd Gilliland initially got turned by Shane Van Gisbergen into the inside wall. Gilliland clips the inside wall. He goes spinning around. Then, of course, Earps and the whole bunch of cars involved in this one come sliding down the racetrack, as well as Suarez, who comes rolling down with a crazy flip. Looks like Suarez will not be able to repeat that Atlanta magic from last year. And back at the front, it is still Austin Cindric leading Byron and Stenhouse. As we get back underway, now on lap 11, it is Byron and Stenhouse leading us back to the green flag. Blaney, Suarez, and Cody Ware all out of the race, leaving us with 27 cars out of the 39 we started with on lap 12. So Byron out to the early lead, a great restart for the 24. He will clear Ricky Stenhouse, Brad Keselowski, and Eric Jones take the lead. There goes Kyle Busch. The 8 just got turned hard to the inside wall. Riley Earps again, this time takes out Kyle Busch, who slams the inside wall, and heavy damage to the right side of the number 8 Chevrolet of Kyle Busch. No caution. Surprisingly, we stay green, and now a whole bunch of cars for no reason at all are coming down pit road. I have no idea why they're doing this, but down comes a whole bunch of them, including Shane Van Gisbergen. And now Eric Jones gets sent by right to the apron. Can he save it? No, he bounces off the wall with Brad Keselowski, but they do actually keep it straight and keep it going, and NASCAR still does not throw the yellow. We stay green. Now Jones and Keselowski significantly damaged. Meanwhile, William Byron driving away the race lead. Now on to lap 16, it is Alex Bowman, the 48, getting lapped now after making his pit stop. Tyler Reddick makes a pass to the lead. Now here comes the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for Hayek Motorsports, trying to take the race lead, as well as a 71 of Michael McDowell and his Go Bowling Chevy for Spire Motorsports in the mix as well. Right now, you got top 5, 3 Chevys, 2 Toyotas. You got Stenhouse, McDowell, and Byron for Chevy, and then Reddick and Christopher Bell for Toyota. McDowell leads the lap this time by getting a nose ahead of Stenhouse. Now on to lap 20. We're about 3 wide mid-pack. Reddick, Bell, Bowman, and there's some contact, and around goes the 45 of Reddick into the outside wall. He will get a turn. He goes spinning the wall, slides down the racetrack bumper up the track, and he gets clipped by Chase Elliott, who gets hit by Josh Berry. And that will be the end of Chase Elliott's race here in Atlanta. Tyler Reddick also significantly damaged in the 45, who was doing so well, running up in the top 5. Bad luck strikes him again. Josh Berry nowhere to go, clips Chase Elliott. And these 3 guys probably going to be done for the day here in Atlanta, as we're still racing back to the line. Looks like it's going to be William Byron over Ricky Stenhouse for the lead. Indeed, that is the case. And yeah, Elliott is out of the race in 27th, Josh Berry out in 26th, and Tyler Reddick out in 25th, leaving us with 24 cars in this race, only 24 laps in. As we get back underway, it is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Michael McDowell the front row, followed up by Ty Dillon, William Byron, and Ryan Preece in the 60. Now we continue on racing here on lap 25. McDowell going for the lead on Ricky Stenhouse into turn 1. Can McDowell get a nose ahead? I'm not sure. McDowell does get a nose ahead, and the big one into turn 1. 12 cars go slamming into each other into turn 1. Austin Cindric, the lead car that gets collected. Todd Gilliland, Justin Haley, Keselowski, Wallace, Busher, Jones, Austin Dillon, AJ Allmendinger, and Riley Earps all collected as another massive pileup. I say our 3rd or 4th big one of the day already, and we've only raced 25 laps here in Atlanta. Absolute bedlam here in Atlanta so far. McDowell leads Stenhouse to the line. I'm going to get back underway. Now less than 20 cars left in this race as we're slowly whittling down the field to just a few cars. As out of the race now, you have Eric Jones, Austin Dillon, Keselowski, and Bubba Wallace are all out of the race, leaving us with 20 cars. As now Ross Chastain in the number 1 Chevy for Trackhouse Racing goes for the lead. Here comes Chastain. Can he get his first career super speedway win here in our universe as he takes the lead? William Byron was looking 3 wide. Byron also on the charge course. Byron, real life, a 2-time winner here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. In our universe, still has not gotten a win at Atlanta yet. Also out of the race, by the way, Chris Buescher, Todd Gillen, Riley Earps, troubling with Shane Van Gisbergen into the outside wall, collecting Joey Logano. And he also got Cindric a little bit, who slams into the outside wall. SVG got dumped by Kyle Busch. That's a lot of 8s right there. The 8 and the 88 go crashing, collecting Joey Logano and Austin Cindric. Back at the front, it's William Byron leading, but what I was just saying, Christopher Bell, field guys out of the race. We're down to just 15 cars left. Byron leading the way here on lap 59. About 15 to go in stage 1. Chastain to the inside lane, trying to take the lead away. Can he do it? Not quite into turn 1. They're still side by side, catching up to the lap car, which is going to be the 44 of J.J. Yaley, who has survived all the carnage by being at the back all day. And just like that, is now in a position to get stage points, running in 9th place. How about that for J.J. Yaley? And Ross Chastain uses J.J. Yaley as a pick, and he will take the lead. Chastain to the front here in Atlanta over Stenhouse and William Byron late in stage 1. Now just 2 to go in the stage. Chastain swings to the inside to take the lead back away from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. into turn 1. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Chastain back to the lead, and now on the final corner of stage 1 is going to be Ross Chastain picking up his first stage win of the season. He'll win stage 1 in Atlanta. Stenhouse second, Byron third, McDowell fourth, Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 5. Ryan Preece will be 6th, Ty Dillon 7th, Austin Cindric 8th, Joey Logano 9th. And the final stage point goes to B.J. McLeod in the 78. How about that? Get loud for McLeod. And an unsponsored Chevy gets a stage point here in Atlanta, but Chastain gets the playoff point and the 10 stage points for winning the opening stage, and what was certainly a chaotic opening stage here at Atlanta. Now back underway on lap 78. It is Chastain, Stenhouse, and McDowell once again. William Byron right there in the picture as well, running in 4th. We're now 3 wide for the lead into turn 1 through turn 2. McDowell getting aggressive, and William Byron crosses from the top to the middle. Now Byron goes by. What is William Byron thinking here? He might be thinking 4 wide, and he is 4 wide for the lead here in Atlanta. Some incredible racing from William Byron. What a move. The 24 charges all the way to the bottom, and he'll drive his way into the race lead, passing Stenhouse, McDowell, and Chastain in the same corner. 4 wide pass for the lead. How about that from William Byron? Unbelievable move. And oh, we got a crash back in turn 1. Ryan Preece in the 60 gets turned by B.J. McLeod up into Joey Logano. They go crashing. Bowman sends the 22 as well. And looks like Ryan Preece will not get any better Super Speedway luck. But at least this week he didn't flip over like he did last week in the game and in real life. That was eerily similar. That was nuts. Glad to see Ryan Preece was okay after the flip. And Chastain will now take the lead back from William Byron at the caution flag. And so Preece out of the race, as well as Joey Logano from that crash. At least this was just 13 cars in the race now. As we get back underway in lap 84, Stenhouse and McDowell lead us on the restart. Chastain and Byron, the 2 pushers, 3rd and 4th. Then you have Denny Hamlin, Ty Dillon. Oh, there's SVG, gets turned already into J.J. Yaley. Into the outside wall they go. Caution out again into turn 1. Justin Haley turns B.J. McLeod down into Shane Van Gisbergen, who has nowhere to go, gets spun around, comes back up the track, and drills J.J. Yaley, who might be done for the day. Significant hood damage to the 44. Might be an end to that Cinderella run J.J. Yaley was having today. Thought he could get a top 10 in an NY racing car. As Chastain leads back to the line over William Byron. Now on lap 89, Byron back out front. Chastain runs 2nd. Stenhouse runs in 3rd as we go into turn 3. There goes Michael McDowell. The 71's around. Into the outside wall he goes. I think he got a piece of his teammate Justin Haley as he got off of Hamlin, hit Bowman, and then gets slammed into by his own teammate of Justin Haley. And a disaster class from Spire Motorsports, because the 7 of Haley is now done for the day. McDowell no longer has the speed to contend with the top 3 like he had all day long. And now it's Ross Chastain once again looking for a stage sweep, driving back by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the inside lane on lap 98 to take the lead. Chastain back out front here in Atlanta late in stage 2. Now on lap 155, it has become a duel between Chastain and Byron, who have driven away from Stenhouse and the rest of the field about to lap 4th place Denny Hamlin, which is insane, by the way. But Chastain out of the inside lane makes the pass on William Byron, and Chastain once again back to the race lead here with little under 10 to go in stage 2, looking for a stage sweep here in Atlanta. Now on the last corner of the last lap of stage 2, that's exactly what he will do. Ross Chastain wins stage 2 and sweeps the stages here in Atlanta. William Byron comes across 2nd, Ricky Stenhouse 3rd. Those are the only cars on the lead lap. Denny Hamlin will now come across in 4th, followed by Ty Dillon in 5th, Austin Cindric in 6th, Michael McDowell 7th, Kyle Busch 8th, Alex Bowman 9th, and the final stage point once again goes to B.J. McLeod in the 78, who runs 10th out of the 11 cars still left running here on lap 163 as Chastain sweeps the stages here at Atlanta in dominating fashion, surviving all the chaos. Now here we are, a white flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank at Atlanta for Ross Chastain, looking to win his way into the playoffs for the 4th consecutive season, as he did it in 2022, did it in 2023, and then did it once again last season when he actually won 3 times last season, led the points for a while. but was shockingly eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Now through 3 and 4 for the final time, a dominant performance complete with the race win. Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man, wins it in Atlanta, leading 159 laps, getting career win number 6. Byron comes across second, Stenhouse third, Cindric and Kyle Busch the top 5. Then Denny Hamlin 6th, Michael McDowell 7th, Ty Dillon 8th, Alex Bowman 9th, and BJ McLeod gets a top 10. How about that? Top 10 for BJ in the 78. SVG, the only other car running, finishes in 11th. So Ross Chastain dominates and wins the Better Health 400 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, joining his fellow Chevrolet teammate of Kyle Larson in the playoffs with the big win. Here are your final race results. Chastain the winner. William Byron continues some good momentum in second. Stenhouse, of course, Cindric, Kyle Busch top 5, then Hamlin, McDowell, Ty Dillon, Bowman, BJ at the top 10. See the rest of the grid, all the guys that DNF'd from 12th on down all crashed out of the race. Larson, not the way he wanted to back up the Daytona 500 win with a 37th place finish down there with Chase Briscoe and Ty Gibbs. Suarez and Blaney, 2 of the favorites, come home 29th and 30th. Chase Elliott down in 27th. Reddick 25th. Keselowski 22nd. See there, J.J. Yaley, though, still, even though he crashed out of the race, gets a 13th place finish. Good run for that NY Racing team. But Chastain gets the win. And now, for the first time this season, we're going to look at the updated playoff grid. 2 races into our 26-race regular season. Chastain and Larson, of course, are 2 winners, locked in. Chastain is your points leader. Cindric, William Byron, Stenhouse, Allmendinger, Bowman, Christopher Bell, and even Ty Dillon are all more than 20 above the cut line. Looking solid to start the year, but we still is going to fluctuate a lot through the next 5 to 6 weeks as we really start to establish who the true contenders this season are. And you see the rest of the guys above the cut line with Suarez and Kyle Busch on the bubble, Joey Logano and Todd Gilliland on the outside looking in. So dominant win for Ross Chastain. And now as we end this episode, as always, going to give a special shout out to my channel members. Thank you very much to Brenda Breen and Jeremy Isley. I really appreciate your guys' support. It means a lot to me and helps this channel continue to grow and produce great content on our road to 1,000 subscribers. We are now getting closer to 950. So those of you that are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It's completely free. It takes only 2 seconds, and it would really help me out a ton and continue to make great content for this channel. And until next week, when we are racing at Circuit of the Americas, I hope you all have a good one.